Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and today we're talking about Battlefield 2042 on the Xbox Series X. So, I've noticed that on YouTube it seems like all the other YouTubers have decided that Battlefield 2042 is their firing squad this time. So, let me go ahead and give you my first impressions on this. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started with this. So I bought the $100 version of Battlefield 2042 so that I can get early access, so that I can bring content to you. All the stuff that these guys are saying about Battlefield 2042 being completely broken and all of this stuff like that, it just isn't the case. Like, yeah, there's some problems. There's some, like, you know, there's some stuff that is happening. Like, I'm not going to deny that, because I mean, clearly once you buy it and you see it, you're going to see it with your own eyes. So there is no denying that there is bugs, but the overall feeling that I'm getting while playing Battlefield 2042 is mostly positive. I'm generally pretty happy about most of the game. Like, I love the way it looks. It looks fantastic on Xbox Series X. There are a few maps that kind of look a little fuzzy, but then I turned off, all of the film grain and everything else, and now it looks really good. So I mean, like, I'm perfectly happy with that. Turned off the motion blur because it gives you those settings. You can increase your field of view. I'm generally pretty happy with Battlefield 2042 for the most part. Like, I am not going to jump on the whole let's trash Battlefield bandwagon, because yeah, I mean, like, aside from it not having a campaign, which I think really does hurt it, honestly, to be completely honest, it really does hurt it. It deserves to have a campaign, especially for the amount of money that they are asking for this. Now, the Portals mode is pretty in depth. Like, there's a lot of stuff to do in there. Like, you're going to be, if you're one of those people that like to get into things and tinker and create new things, like, this is going to be fun for you. You're going to have a good time with this part of the game. As far as conquest and everything else goes, the map size and the different maps, like, I'm pretty content. Like, when I first start playing a multiplayer game, I do like the fact that there are a smaller amount of maps at launch. Now, hear me out on this. I like to get to know these maps more intimately. I like to be able to take my time and figure things out and see how things generally and see how things go, and then have more content added as time goes on. Like, with most of my Battlefield experiences, it has always been like that. Battlefield isn't your typical Call of Duty where you run a gun and you shoot everybody, like, really fast. Battlefield is more tactical at its core. So learning the layout of the maps and learning how to actually, like, deal with bullet drop and everything else, that takes some time to figure out. And if you're jumping into Battlefield and you're brand new, like, you're going to struggle like I did at first. Like, this game is made to feel more realistic in a sense. I mean, it's obviously a video game. That's about as real as you're going to get with a video game. But the fact that Battlefield is completely different from the Call of Duty experience is perfect for me. Like, I'm okay with jumping into Call of Duty and playing the multiplayer. Like, it doesn't even, to me, that is a game. To Battlefield is more of an experience that you can really get better at, like, truly get better at. And I like that. Like, I'm nowhere near as good as a lot of people with Battlefield, because I literally started playing Battlefield at Battlefield 4, and then I only started with the campaigns. It wasn't until Battlefield 1 that I actually started getting into the multiplayer, and I found that, wow, this is what I like in a shooter. This is the type of shooter that I like. Battlefield 5 was probably my least played, as well as a lot of people's, and that was just because, well, when I first got that, I played a lot of it. I played a lot of Battlefield 5 when it first came out. Me and my friends, we played a lot of that one. As far as Battlefield 2042 goes, the amount of content in it at launch, I have found no problem this whole weekend keeping myself entertained with Battlefield. Every time I've got on it, I've had a good time. I've had fun with it. It's been a decent experience for me. Yeah, there are some levels that I'm getting like some texture pop or whatever, but it usually goes away and it's not consistent throughout the whole thing. Um, the remastered stages that they did from like older games, they look freaking pretty good. Like I don't know what to say. Like it looks good. It does have a softer tone. It doesn't look all crisp and shiny like all the older games, but that is kind of where the new generation of visuals are going. They are looking more realistic and losing that plasticky look and gaining more of like a texturized like dirt or vegetation, or just that's the way that visuals are going, and I like the way they're going. I personally appreciate, how it's starting to look more realistic, but yet at the same time you still feel like you're in a game. Certain things really pop and they're really sharp and crisp, and other things are like, I like it. It's the same with Forza Horizon 5. These two games are at the pinnacle of like, wow, man, this is going to be a good looking generation if things keep going this way. Call of Duty, when compared to this Battlefield, man, like I'm still seeing ugly, muddy, soupy textures in Call of Duty, where that's not happening in Battlefield or Forza Horizon 5. Like for some reason, Call of Duty is still giving you that like muddy, soupy, ugly, plasticky looking dirt texture in their tessellation on the ground, whereas Battlefield and Forza Horizon 5 have both moved away from that and given you more of a granular look to the dirt and the tessellation in the dirt, which is great. I love it. It looks so freaking good. Both Battlefield 2042 and Forza Horizon 5 have got some of the best texture blending I have ever seen in a video game. When you get up next to a rock, they're not these straight perfect lines anymore with like one texture feeding into another. They look texturized. It looks they feed in so much nicer, and it's so good. I'm so happy to see that. That makes me really happy. Like that's what I've wanted for a long time. I've wanted like textures in dirt to look good, and both Battlefield 2042 and Forza Horizon 5 are freaking on par. Neither one of them are completely perfect, but it's getting good. Like I appreciate that. It's the fine things like that that really make my enjoyment with Battlefield really good. Like I really like that. Call of Duty still looks like a game. Like it's got these really cool textures and everything, but then at the same time it's just you get that other part with it, and I'm like, come on, man. Like what the heck, Call of Duty? I already put out my review for Call of Duty. I'm really not too happy with this year's Call of Duty. I think the way they put that together was kind of dumb. Battlefield not having a campaign, yeah, dude, it definitely hurts it. It really does hurt the Battlefield experience for it to not have a campaign. But the stuff that we are getting with this is going to probably be, this is going to be a good Battlefield. I have a feeling that this is going to be a really good Battlefield, and it is going to have a pretty solid, pretty big player base. Once people actually get into this and they kind of get over their whole Battlefield 5 thing and they pick this up and they play through it, it's one of those ones that's definitely going to grow on you. I've had a pretty good time with every match that I've gotten into. At first I was getting a lot of server problems, but now I'm in every single time I try. There is a mode in this game that lets you jump right into an AI thing with your friends, which is really cool. I really like that. It really is going to add another dimension to the gameplay for Battlefield 2042 that I think a lot of people are going to have fun with that. I personally would use that as your training compound for playing Battlefield. The AI is pretty decent. They're not complete stupid. They're not as dumb as Call of Duty's AI. They're actually pretty good. So definitely, yeah, that adds a whole nother layer of gameplay to Battlefield to help people that are new to the series learn how to play Battlefield, because it sucks at first. Like Battlefield is hard to start learning how to play. It really is. You gotta, yeah. It was pretty tough for me to pick it up and start learning how to play, especially after all the Call of Duties that I played before it. Yeah, it was pretty tough. So, if you like this content, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. You can also join the channel now if you want to help, fund this channel to help pay for some of these games that I get, so that I can continue to get this content out for you, because the streamer tax is real. The streamer tax is real. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one, and thank you for your support.